Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Will. Today on the lathe I have a nice little crotch piece of mulberry. It's actually scarce, hence teeth around here. So we'll take a look at the piece. So as I said, it's a nice crotch piece of mulberry. So this was the main trunk and it went up both ways. So yeah, so a beautiful little bit of figure in here. So if we flip it around, it's it's pretty gnarly on this side. So as you can see, the bark is quite loose, so that's all going to come off. All of that can go. Yeah, it's going to go anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn a bowl and hopefully leave these three natural edges. I won't trim them up for now. When I get the bowl done, if one of them needs a little bit of balancing up or something, just to have them looking somewhat even, we can address that when the time comes. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty decent bit of wood. It's actually it's reasonably dry. It's probably not 100% dry, but yeah, it's good. It's good enough for me to turn anyway. So this time of the year in Ireland, it's hard to get really dry wood. But anyway, so now what I'm going to do is find roughly where I think the center is. So again, my bit of perspex I use the whole time, so I can move this around until I get the best fit. So with all edges, it's touching all the edges there. So. But as I said, I don't mind move because I can trim one of these after if I need to, but I think I might get away with it. So if I mark that as my center, it's now marked my center. So on the other side, so there's a nice high spot here as well. So hopefully now the wood inside there is pretty decent. They're like little mini burls on the side of it. So hopefully we'll get some nice figure in there as well. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to mount it on a wood worm screw. So I'm going to drill an 8mm hole and get it mounted on the chuck. So now I have my drill, my 8mm bit, a little bit of tape just for depth. So again, always pull the worm screw out to the front. And give it a nice pinch up. And I'll get the piece mounted. So nice and secure on the chuck. But looking at this piece here, I have a couple of cracks, so again, we'll deal with those when we get to them. We mightn't have to. Probably most of this might turn away. I'll leave probably 10mm of a rim, or 8 or 10. We'll see. As I said, we'll see how the piece progresses. So I'll bring up the tailstock just till I get going. Now, just for a little bit of support. Move that light, it's in the way. So it's running nice and clear there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start rounding this up a little bit, just to get a bit of clean wood, and then I can put a tenon on this end. Now we see how we look then. So I'm going to start off with a 3/8 inch ball gouge. So I've got 900 RPM there, so that's absolutely loads. I can see by all the lovely yellow chips, it's going to be a nice colour. Mulberry does have a lovely yellow colour to it. stop and take a look. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful colour. As I said, this wood is so scarce around here, it's nearly impossible to get it. So yeah, so I can take this in another little bit. As I said, I only want to leave about 10 mil. What's that, about 3/8 of an inch. So far so good. There's a lovely silvery colour here as well, so I'm hoping some of this stays. It will on the edge. So as you can see, it is showing a bit on the edge there, here also. So it's the cambium layer has gone that nice silvery colour. So yeah, I can take this up another little bit. Probably somewhere, maybe here. Something to that effect, give or take. Because when I flip it around, I'm going to have to true up this edge also. So I'm just leaving a bit of meat for that as well. Now I'll take a look. So just down to my pencil line. And again, as I said, I'll have to true it up from the other side. So that will take away some. But yeah, happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chase after my tenon. So I can take away the tailstock now. So just the right height. So I'm just going to bring the speed up a little bit more. I'll be happy now with about 1200, and there's 1200 now, so that's loads. So now I have my divider set. And we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, so I might get a tenon there. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, so I'm confident in that tenon. It's pretty strong wood there. Yeah, so I would get a nice foot all the way around, but with the exception of this little piece. But that's the joys of working with live edge wood. But I'll see, I might be able to go in a little bit more maybe. So that will have to do. So now I can start shaping the bowl section. Colours in this, guys, are absolutely amazing. I just hope the camera is picking it up. So yeah, I have a little bit of an indentation here, or inclusion, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to have to stay. I don't want to reduce the bowl section any smaller. So yeah, so I'm just going to grab a little 1-inch scraper, guys, and just clean this up and just get a nice straight edge here as well. And we'll see how that works. So, little 1-inch shear scraper. We'll try this one first. I'm just going to change to little spear points just to get into that corner there. So now I'm just going to tidy up this edge here. So I'm just doing a little shear scrape. So that has done a lovely job cleaning that edge up. And the bowl section now is nice and clean also. Although there's a tiny little ridge there maybe I'm not happy with. I can just feel it there with my finger, so maybe we'll get that gone. So I'll just highlight it so as I know where it is. We'll see how that works. That done the job. So now, that is good to sand, guys. I know I keep saying it, but the colours are absolutely amazing. I'm looking at the colour of all these lovely shavings. It really is a gorgeous piece of wood. As I said, the moisture content is probably up around 16 or 17. I probably could have done with a little bit more drying, but yeah, it'll be fine though. It'll be fine. So now guys, tenon is formed. I'm going to get it sanded and we can get it flipped around and into the chuck. I'll show a couple of clips, but I'll cut out most of the sanding. So now guys, that's the piece all sanded. I sanded up to my usual 400 grit. Used to use the right angle drill, but that came up absolutely gorgeous. Really happy with that. So I can get it off the worm screw now and into the chuck. Make a start on the inside. So there's a quick look at it, guys. Look at that. Amazing colour. Absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to getting a drop of oil onto this piece. So now, onto this side. So most of the bark fell off, so I just gave this piece here just a light scrape to take it off. It actually, it was really soft, so it was never going to stay, but a tiny little bit here. But as soon as I get this trued up, I can refine these edges a bit then with a little bit of sandpaper. So first job is to get that done. So tourist a little high for a start, so drop that down a little bit. Again guys, watching these corners here of this bowl, they do come around quite fast, so if anyone's going to have a go, mind your fingers. So I'm not hitting it here at all. I'm only just hitting it on one section here, so I need to go down a bit more. So I'm still missing a section here. You can see the saw marks in it. So everywhere else I'm hitting it. But yeah, getting close, getting close. I might actually try the scraper, just see how it works. So that's, as you can see, that's working quite well. So we'll continue. So nice and smooth all the way around. Oh no, a little bit here. I spoke too soon. Just a tiny little corner here, a couple of chainsaw marks. So yeah, they need to go. Well, again guys, I can't get over all these beautiful shavings. And we're good. We're good. So now, happy with that thickness as well. And let me see what have we got. So just got 8 millimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. So a bit over a quarter of an inch. Well, 6 millimeters is a quarter of an inch. So yeah, just a nice thickness. A couple of little cracks here. I don't think they're going to go any further, so they can stay. The pit of this log was just here. You can see it. So little tiny crack there, but again, that's not going to go any further, I don't think. So that can stay. So now, hollow out the bowl section. So as you can see guys, the scraper worked really well on this particular wood. So I need to mark where the bowl section is, so I can see down over the top. So that's the outside of the bowl. I'm just looking down from the top, guys. I can see it. So I want to keep in. So that's what's that there that I say. It's about 8 mil. So I'll keep the wall thickness something similar. Maybe a little bigger. Let's see. So I might need to keep the side wall of the bowl a little bit chunkier because we've a lot of weight up here. So just to keep it balanced. So I'm going to take out this much anyway. We'll see how it looks then. So again, back to the 3/8 inch bowl gauge. So I'm going to bring speed up just a little bit more. So I want to get about 1200. So I have 1260 there, absolute loads. Oh guys, it's like cutting cheese. So probably have another quarter of an inch to go in the bottom. I might take another little piece off the side wall as well. So what I'm going to do guys, a little round nose scraper, just going to refine that curve just around there. I could do it with the ball guys, but I'm just curious to see how the scraper works on this wood, as I do with other woods as well. So as you can see, it cut quite nice. But as I said guys, this bowl wasn't completely dry. It is a little bit moist, but it's still good. It's still good. Yes, I'm quite happy with that now. Just a little pencil line, but that'll sand away. I'm wondering, yeah, maybe I think maybe one more cut in the bottom. Or one more scrape, I should say. And I think that will do. So that is ready for sanding, guys. So again, I'll get it sanded and I shall take you back when we're ready to get it finished. Now guys, that's the piece all sanded. Again, up to 400 grit. So came up absolutely amazing. Softened those edges with a bit of hand sanding. All the bark is gone, so I don't mind. But we have this beautiful cambium layer here, and here, and here, and a slight little bit shown here. It is an absolute beautiful piece of wood. It really is. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to getting this oiled. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get that tenon removed. So I'm just going to wedge it between. Obviously, it's not going to fit in the coal jaws. So what I'll do is I'll just wedge it between centres, bring up the tailstock, and I'll just nibble it away and then just sand it as best I can. So that should get rid of it. So little sacrificial piece of wood. I always keep just little bits of scrap wood just for these purposes. So just have an old chamois here, use that as well, just so that there's a mark the inside of the bowl. Let's see how that works. So that'll work out just fine. And I'll bring up the tailstock. I have the little hole from when I marked my tenon. Hopefully that will run nice and true for me. So I'll bring the speed up just to see how it's looking. Yeah, little wobble, but that's fine. That will do me. That will do fine. So now all locked down, nice and safe. So now, weapon of choice, little 3/8 inch spindle gouge. So I'm just doing 650 RPM. So nibble away nice and slowly. And I'll just stop and make sure it's concave, so it needs to go another little bit. And I'll sand off the rest. I know Phil Anderson has a great method for doing these stops delayed, just as the piece stops, but I'm not going to risk the piece. It sucks when they go flying across the floor. So now guys, I'll pause and I'll get this sanded off and I'll take you back when we're ready for the finish up. So now guys, piece all sanded, tenon removed, so time for finish. So yeah, sanded it off camera there and cleaned it up quite nicely. So beautiful colour guys, absolutely. So what I'm going to put on guys is lemon oil. It's a nice light oil, so it'll penetrate into the wood just nicely. And as I said earlier in the video, this wood wasn't quite dry, so I don't want to put a polymerizing oil on it because I'll only be sealing that moisture in. So I'll give it a coat of lemon oil and see how it looks. I can always put a coat of something else on it later on, but yeah, I spoke about it at the start of the video, maybe truing up some of the edges, but I think it looks fine the way it is. I'm not going to touch it. I lightly sanded them, so again I think they're fine. So anyway, we'll start getting a bit of oil on this. So I have a little bit here in my little bowl. And there's that beautiful yellow colour. So that is absolutely gorgeous. I hope it stays that colour now. So the contrast between the cambium and the hardwood is really, really nice. As I said, this wood doesn't grow around these parts, guys, so it's a rarity for me to get a piece. And as you can see, anyone that has a bit of it, they're keeping it, they're not giving it away. Just do those live edges. So anyway guys, any of you stuck me this far, you might tap that like for me and subscribe if you're not. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. And don't forget to leave me a comment also, because I will be doing a giveaway soon, guys. I just looked today. Today is the 30th of October, so I'm not sure when I'll get this video out. Possibly next week, maybe. My channel is just coming up on 10,000. I think I need 110 or 15. So I'm getting very, very close. So thanks to all you guys for subscribing. It really, really means a lot. So now, look at that. That is absolutely stunning. And on the outside there was like little small burls, but you can see it just one there, just in the middle. I don't know if the camera is showing it. A couple of little swirls in it. So I know for some of you guys over in the States, you probably have lots of this wood. But here, no, unfortunately. So now that's a nice generous coat on that. So I'll leave that a couple of minutes. And I'll just wipe off all the excess. I'll get a good look at it then. But it soaks in quite quick, that lemon oil. So again, I'll take you back there in a couple of minutes, guys. So now there we go, guys. All the excess oil wiped off. And that looks a million bucks. Looks a million bucks. Some nice crisp lines all the way around. I just slightly rolled over the edge with the sandpaper. Underneath I got a nice crisp corner here as well, so which looks quite good. A little bit of an inclusion in this side, so the rim is a little bit thinner here, but I think the beauty in the wood will detract your eye from that. But yeah, absolutely amazing piece, guys. I'll get another coat of oil on it maybe tomorrow, and I'll get a couple of pictures and I'll stick them up at the end of the video. But anyway, guys, thanks for popping in for a look, and I shall catch you on the next one. So take care, bye for now.